Hi guys, I'm Jacelyn with Colorado Garden Adventures. Let me get this set up real quick. So I'm out here this morning planting some tomatoes. So I just wanted to bring you guys along. You can see these are let's see if we can get up in there. Those are my tomato starts. I've already started planting some up, so just follow along with me while I plant my tomatoes. These are my San Marzano tomatoes, so they're looking a little sad right now because I just put them in that pot, so they're in a little bit of a shock. So let's see what else we got in here. These are my pink jazz tomatoes from Baker Creek. Get some of those potted up real quick. I started by doing 3 of each kind of tomato that I have this year, which I have quite a few different ones. So we'll see what grows in my garden. Here's a little bit of a better view of my tomatoes. Let's see if I can get the tripod set up to be able to film this. Oh, there's one of the cats. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is carefully take these tomato seedlings out of their little cube thing and separate the roots really carefully. I planted 2 seeds per little spot to make sure I had at least one germinate, but almost all the seeds I planted ended up growing. With tomatoes, you can plant them pretty deep and they will grow roots from the stem. If it has smaller, lower leaves, you can just pinch those off. A lot of these have very long stems with no lower leaves, which means they weren't getting enough light or weren't close enough to the light. I have a grow light set up in my guest room where I keep all of the seedlings before I plant them out, which I'll show you later on in this video. Real quick before we go on to the next step. I'm just using masking tape and a Sharpie to label these. That way I can easily take it off and reuse these pots for next year when I plant my seedlings again. peppers, you don't want to plant them near as deep as you plant tomatoes. You want to go, you want to plant them just below where the stem and the roots meet. So that way you make sure that all the roots are completely covered. And with both tomatoes and peppers, you want to pack the soil a little bit to make sure there's no air pockets in it. If there's air pockets, it can cause issues with the roots drying out or the water not being able to get to all of the roots. Guys, so I ran out of pots, so I'm gonna have to go get some. I got some cups from the store this morning, so I'm gonna have to put some holes in the bottom of those, and then I will plant the rest of my tomatoes. So I'll bring you back when I get some holes in those cups. Alright, so I finally got the cups. I just got these from the Dollar Tree and then put some holes in the bottom for drainage. So I'm gonna finish potting up these tomatoes now. I did not realize how bad of an angle this was on the camera, and you can't really see anything I'm doing. So I'm going to cut this clip short, and I will bring you guys back once I get all the tomatoes planted up and in their pots. So I ran out of daylight, so I brought my plants inside. This is in my guest room. This is what all my plants look like right now. I'm hoping to get, this is my broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and some cauliflower and some pink celery. I'm hoping to get that stuff planted out this week, hopefully. It's been so windy, so I've had a hard time hardening it off. So you can see some of the tomatoes and peppers that I transplanted today are looking very sad, like that one right there. So hopefully they are looking better in the morning after getting some water and giving them some time to adjust. So I'm gonna go over real quick all the different varieties that I have. So these are actually pineapple tomatoes from, I think those are from Baker Creek. They were the ones that looked the best. Like they have really thick stalks, and they just look the best out of all the tomato starts that I had. So I'm super hopeful that they'll do really good. Let me see. These are some yellow pear tomatoes. So these are little cherry tomatoes. Obviously these are not looking as good, so hopefully they come back. Let me see if I can find, these are my lemon boy tomatoes. So those did really well last year at my house, so I'm hoping that they'll do really good in the garden this year. They made some really amazing salsa. These are 5-color pepper plants, so I'm super excited about these. The peppers were a lot smaller than the tomatoes were, so a lot of the peppers I put 2 in each cup, so hopefully they can do good now that they're not overshadowed by tomatoes. Here's one of my Russian heart tomatoes. I'm super excited about these ones too. They're supposed to look like a heart when you cut them open. These are some of the San Marzano ones. So this is the first batch that I planted, since you can tell that by the different pot. I'm hopeful that those ones will do good. I've never grown San Marzano tomatoes before, but I've heard a lot of good things about them, so I'm really excited and hopeful for those ones. Back here are some of my Roma tomatoes, so those are not looking so good. Hopefully they'll look better in the morning. I'm trying to find, I have some, oh, these are Trident peppers. Those are from Seeds and Such. I've always had really good luck with their seeds. I have some pink tomatoes in here from Seeds and Such. I'm not sure where they're at right now. I had to spread them out quite a bit so that, as you can tell, my desk is getting very cluttered. So I had to spread out all my ones that I potted up today so that they could fit in some trays somehow so that they could get water. I got 2 of these trays from the Dollar Tree today, and they hold quite a bit of the cups of plants. So I'm thinking next year I'll probably use more of those. These black ones I bought last year have been cracking, so I think they're on their last leg. Hopefully I can make it through the season with them. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me today, guys, while I plant up these tomatoes and peppers, and I look forward to seeing you soon.